Hey everybody, welcome today to the show. Today we're going to talk about social media. So before we dive into the social media conversation, I wanted to kind of reframe this podcast for everybody out there who's been listening for a while, or if you're a brand new listener. I'm kind of switching things up, and I'm creating this podcast to now be something that I wish I would have had whenever I was a kid. I wish I would have had whenever I was a teenager in my 20s. Now that I'm in my 30s, and I realize we need more teachers out there in the world. The schools need better teachers, but the curriculum or however the way things are set up, it seems like that's not quite the situation, the way things are. So I want to redesign this podcast to be the teacher that I never had by learning from other people and taking my life experiences and applying them into me telling myself these stories to teach myself a new way to learn and teach myself things that I never knew but I wish I would have known. And hopefully through that, I can also teach you, by listening to this, things that you never knew and things that you wish that you would have learned back in the day whenever you were in elementary school, when you were in junior high, when you were in high school, when you were in college, or just things maybe that your parents would have told you back in the day that maybe they didn't even know. So that's kind of my basis for this podcast moving forward. I hope that's helpful to you. I hope it's something that inspires you, because I get inspired by a lot of people, different people on a daily basis, and I want to apply that to what I'm doing with this podcast, with this show. So I hope that is something that resonates with you. First, before we start things off, let's shout out to the podcast sponsors. You know, one of the things that I've learned over the past few years is the benefits of healthy eating, of a healthy lifestyle, and how, you know, the things that you put in your body literally are fuel for your body to help it run better. So you think about your body like a car. If you put bad oil in your car, if you let your car run out of gas, if you don't treat your car kindly, your car is going to fall apart. Your car is not going to run the way you want it to run. It's not going to be optimal. Why would you not want to be optimal in this life? I know comfort is exciting, to eat comfort food and to eat things that necessarily aren't that good for you, but you can eat things that are good for you that taste really good as well. And that's why I bring sponsors into this thing like Joos, Joos, in downtown Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. Facebook and Instagram at The Juice Bar. Cold pressed juice and smoothies, smoothie bowls, bone broth, hot soups, raw vegan baked goods, everything fresh, made in house by Jen and her crew. And I think the beautiful part of that is, you know, you're putting things in your body, natural ingredients, they grow out of the ground. There's a concept. The things grow out of the ground, you put them into your body, and they help you with real sustainable fuel for your day, for your life. Also at the Clay Cup. So coffee and tea are things maybe sometimes that we just think, well, one is good as the other. I'm just going to get the cheapest one. I'm just going to get the one that seems to be the one I've been having for a long time and consuming, and that one's going to be good enough for my body. Well, it might be okay, but it's not going to sustain you like real quality coffee and tea and freshly baked items, bagels, oatmeal, soups. The good stuff can really do for you with the right ingredients. That's what the Clay Cup is all about in Altoona, Pennsylvania, at The Clay Cup on Facebook and Instagram. Plus, they bring creativity into the fold, so your brain's firing right and your creativity's firing right for pottery painting, for watercolor classes, and just to get creative with whatever art form that is for you. And also for trade secrets. So we don't think about the fact that we, put deodorant on, and that deodorant might have aluminum in it. We're putting shampoo in our hair, we're rubbing oils on our bodies, and we don't think about the chemicals, the ingredients that companies put into these things, whether to make them smell good, to make them last longer, so they have a longer shelf life. There could be many different reasons why there's different chemicals in different products that you buy. When we're talking about sugar scrubs, we're talking about deodorants and bath bombs and wax candles and lip balms. Think about that. Think about like the chapstick you buy and put on your lips. What strange ingredients could be tossed in there? I don't know. You don't know until you look at the label and you realize, wow, they're putting strange things in these products. So Trade Secrets bypasses all that. You can check out Secrets in Trade on Facebook or find Trade Secrets at 13th Avenue, 1223 13th Avenue in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to start you out with that to maybe get your brain right, get your focus right, and now let's talk a little social media, get a little deep on this podcast. So let's get it rolling.
This is Rob Z Radio.
I want to thank everybody for joining me today. When I said get a little deep about social media, you usually don't think of social media as something that you can apply to talking, to deeply about. It's not something usually that you dive in depth on, and it's not something that becomes, something other than just an advertising tool or an entertainment platform. But we got to think about Facebook. I'm going to focus on Facebook for this one because I was thinking about this earlier this morning when I got up and I do like my morning stretches. I was thinking about all the people that I've talked to who complain about Facebook advertising and complain about Facebook diminishing the reach of their business page or their fan page. So when Facebook first started, obviously there weren't any fan pages, there weren't any business pages, there was just your personal page, your feed, your story on Facebook. But through time, they've developed fan pages. They developed business pages. So you could take your brand, your business, whatever it is, and put it online and advertise it through Facebook. And at first, they pretty much operated just like your personal page did. If you posted something, it would reach everybody who followed you, right? And as time went on, they sort of backed that off a little bit. So the more followers you got, the less likely all those followers were to actually see your posts. And as this was happening, they were introducing Facebook advertising into the fold. Now, Facebook advertising has been around for, it's been about a decade now in some way, shape, or form. But it keeps getting more and more and more sophisticated. And as it gets more sophisticated, and as it gets more powerful, and really it gets more powerful and less expensive, which is a beautiful thing. But what is happening, if you have a business page, if you have a fan page, whatever, any page that's on a personal page, you know this now. You know that when you post something, not all of your followers are going to see it. I have over 19,000 followers on my Facebook, Rob Z Radio. That's a cheap plug. But I have over 19,000 followers, and I might post something, and it'll show you the reach down in the bottom right left-hand corner. It might reach 200 people. It might reach 800 people. If it's doing well, it might reach 1,000 people. If it catches some virality and people start liking it, commenting, and sharing on it, then it might reach 10, 20, 30. You could break past the amount of followers you have. But normally with a post, without having some sort of invitation for engagement on that post, it's only going to reach, if you have 10,000 followers, it might reach 200 followers. And people are complaining about this. People are making this an issue. And I hear what they're saying. Back in the day, it was different. Facebook advertising used to be different. Now it's this different way where I have to pay for it. Well, think about it from Facebook's perspective. Number one, let's just go there. So yeah, they're a $1 billion company. Yeah, they're like controlling the world. Yes, they have all of your information, blah, 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 blah. What are you going to do about that? Number one, you're not going to do anything about that. You can't do anything about that. You're not in charge of Facebook. You don't control it. You're just using it to help promote your business. So how can you optimize it to promote your business? Think about that, right? What would be the advantage of Facebook to having these fan pages, these business pages, if they weren't able to utilize them to make some money for themselves? That's the point. So why would they not build these pages and want you to pay a little bit to reach more people? It just seems logical. It's logical to me, but I think a lot of people think illogically. So you've got to really eliminate those limiting beliefs from your brain, okay? Those are limiting beliefs. Oh, Facebook used to be this free thing. Now they want me to pay for it. Well, yeah. No crap, they want you to pay for it. They built this amazing platform that has all of the world's information, most of the world's people on one platform, and you can follow anybody and you can reach anybody and you can literally advertise to anywhere in the world. You can live in Altoona, Pennsylvania, where I'm from, and I can advertise in Shanghai instantaneously. I can do that right now within 5 minutes, have a post up that is being run as an ad in another country on the other side of the planet. And I'm going to complain about that? No, I'm not. But a lot of people do. And it just happened to me again the other day, and I thought I got to put this on record just so I have a record of me talking about this so I can remind myself over and over again and hopefully remind some other people. This is a tool. If you go and you try to advertise on radio, on television, newspaper, billboards, any of the old traditional forms of advertising, you're going to pay a lot of money and you're not going to have that much of a reach. And the more of a reach that you want, the more money you're going to pay. And I'm talking thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yet you can jump on Facebook and with a good solid post that has a good call to action and a good ask for engagement on it, you can reach for 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks, 20, 30, 40,000 people. And if that thing starts to go viral, if it has a reason for it to be shared, if it has a reason for it to have engagement, it could reach hundreds, even millions of people just from spending a couple of dollars. So you're going to complain about a platform that has been designed to help you reach more people at a lower cost in a more instantaneous way. When you're advertising on television, when you're advertising on radio, you've got to leave your office. You've got to hire a production company to shoot a video for you or make a commercial for you. Then you've got to have that commercial put into an ad agency. The ad agency runs it to the radio station. They've got to put it on a schedule. There's so many nuts and bolts. There's so many pieces of the puzzle. Yet when you get on Facebook, you can grab your phone. You can grab a microphone. You can grab the microphone in your phone, record a quick commercial. It doesn't have to be high class, doesn't have to be full production. It can be if you want it to be, but you could do it how much would that cost you? It would cost you the price you pay for your phone and the price of your data plan, and that's it. And you can put that ad out on Facebook right now within minutes, and you can go on YouTube and watch a Facebook advertising video to figure out how to do it and how to optimize it so you make sure you're reaching the right people and you're doing it the best way to save the most money. Yet people still complain. We still complain. What are we complaining about? What are we upset about? We have the power in our fingertips. The power literally is in our hands at all times. And we still make excuses. So we're making excuses. It's limiting beliefs. You're limiting yourself by your own beliefs. And I'm not going to say that I don't do it, because I still do it. I don't do it with Facebook advertising. I've understood that this is powerful and I should be using this because it's set up this way. They've designed it this way, and I understand how it used to be, but I understand that things change. If you can't accept change, you might as well stop doing anything that you're doing. You might as well stop working, and you might as well stop trying to move forward. Shut down your business, quit your job, go in your basement and lay on the floor. Your house will get foreclosed. You'll get kicked out of your house. You have to go into a yard and lay in the yard. Just face down on the dirt. Eat the dirt, eat some worms, and start living in the woods, living in nature. Go out and just do that if that's what you want to do. Because if you can't handle change, get out of the game right now, because everything's going to change at a more rapid pace. It's going to change quicker. It's going to change faster. It's going to get crazier. So try. I'm not saying that I'm up on everything. You don't need to be up on everything. You need to be up on something. And you need to focus on that one thing. And you also need to understand that people are going to try to get money out of you. And the only way for you to make money is to spend money. You've got to spend money. You've got to offer value to people. You've got to help people in some sort of way. You've got to have something that asks them for an action. Call them to action. And then you're going to start making your own money. Money can make money. Your brain power can make money. But if you don't look at it in that way, and you look at this thing that was created that is on the internet that I pay $80 a month for. I get this internet for $80 a month, and all of the information, and all of the opportunity, and all of the people in the world are at my fingertips, yet I am not using this thing because they're making me pay for it. They're charging me money for Facebook, and I'm getting all bent out of shape about it. That's nuts. It's nuts. And I am getting talking about this subject makes me a little bit angry. I shouldn't say angry. I just get a little, I guess irritated would be the word, because I think to myself, dude, we're in a brand new world. We're in a brand new realm, and you've got to switch your brain remembering, this isn't the old world. We're living in a new time. We're living in a new era that's never existed before. So if you want to take advantage of this era, there's a lot of money out there, more money than any of us could ever imagine. This limiting mindset, this mindset of oh no, there's not enough for everyone. How am I going to get mine? I got to shut this person down. I got to shut this person down because I got to get mine. We don't have that limited resource anymore. Limited resources don't really exist anymore, because when you go online, boom, you can get everything you want right there. It's at your fingertips. So get it. Go get it. So when you're talking, I'm going to bring it back around to Facebook advertising. You have a business page. You have a couple thousand followers. Pay $5 to $10 to $15 to $20 a week on Facebook ads. Whatever those ads look like, however you spend that money, just do it. Spend $20 a week. What's $80 a month to you in your business? Wouldn't that be worth it? You couldn't even get a television ad to run one time on a TV station on one channel for $80 a month. It's impossible. So utilize and understand this is a new world. It's a powerful world. Stop complaining, accept the change, and boom, move forward. That's my message to you. Hopefully that message sticks with you today. Hopefully it meant something to you as I'm saying it, because it means something to me. I'm reminding myself as I'm reminding you. What's a limiting belief that you have that you're going to break now? leave a comment wherever you're watching this video. If you're watching this, leave a comment on any social platform you're watching this on in the comment section, or send me a direct message, a limiting belief that you're going to break today. Thank you. And if you're listening to the podcast, you can always find me at robzradio.com. So you could leave a comment on any of those. You can click the contact me button and leave your comment there, or you can go to any of my social platforms. You can find any of my social platforms on my website as well. All the social links are there. Please send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you have to say, because I think this stuff is powerful. This stuff is important. And something else that's important to me is just keeping my body in tune, is keeping my body optimal. I talked about it at the beginning. I'm going to talk about it at the end, because the sponsors that I have on this podcast are sponsors that help me keep my body right, and DDP Yoga is one of those things that keeps my body right. That's Diamond Dallas Page, DDP Yoga. You can go to ddpyoga.com. It's a new form of yoga. It's different because he takes the old traditional forms of yoga. So he's taken all the classics, but he's applying them to a new level. He's applying them to plyometrics, to strength training, and to focusing on your ligaments and your tendons. And listen, man, if you lift weights, if you're a guy, this is especially a message for guys, because guys have this adverse reaction to yoga. Like they can't do it because it's for sissies, and it's for girls, and it's not about lifting weights. But the strongest people on earth are, look at gymnasts, look at yoga masters, look at the positions that they can put themselves in. Those people are strong. I mean, yeah, of course, a guy who's massive, jacked, who can throw a giant boulder over his head and lift 500 pounds, that dude is strong. But is he flexible? Can he touch his toes? Can he put himself in a black crow position? Can he, just listen. I'm just telling you right now, I'm not going to get into a long tirade about this. I'm just going to say that this is the kind of stuff that will change your life. It will change your body. It will change your idea of what your fitness level is. Because you might think you're an elite. Your body's elite. Your body's like primed because you've been hitting the gym, hitting the weights hard. But until you start doing yoga for a couple of months, you realize, oh wow, some parts of me are strong, other parts are very weak. And on top of that, DDP Yoga helps you burn weight like crazy. If you're overweight, if maybe you're in your bulk phase right now of hitting the gym really hard, and you're like, I gotta burn this weight off. And I know it's winter's on the way, it's fall, whatever, but summer rolls around, you want to cut, you want to get lean, DDP Yoga. You will burn weight like crazy. I promise you that. I wasn't even trying to lose weight doing the program. I've been doing it for about 2 years, and I've gone from 185 down to 170, and I now realize my optimal body weight is, like, for my body type, is like 170. I feel better, I feel lighter, I feel quicker, more alert, more agile in my brain and my body because of the weight I'm at now. And I think your body automatically rests at a certain spot where it naturally should be, and DDP Yoga got me there. I'm not saying that's going to necessarily happen for you, and it might take a couple of years for it to happen, but it's all about putting the work in and dedication. So if you're dedicated to going to the gym, if you're dedicated to losing weight, you can dedicate yourself to a program that works. And they don't pay me money on this podcast. I sponsor them because I love what they do. I reached out to them and said, hey, I use your stuff, can I promote DDP Yoga? And they were like, yes, promote DDP Yoga. Please go out there, promote it. Absolutely. And they gave me a lifetime membership for the app, that you can have an app on your phone, on your tablet. It's incredible. So that's the benefit that I get out of it. And it's just something that I was doing anyways. So now I get to talk about it and just kind of proclaim how awesome it is. ddpyoga.com. Shout out to Trade Secrets. Shout out to Clay Cup. Shout out to Juice for being podcast sponsors. Shout out to my man Jake Over. All the music on this podcast is by Jake Over. He's an incredible music producer from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Find him on Facebook, Jake Over. And if you want to support the podcast, it's patreon.com/Rob Z Radio. I hope you learned something today. I know I did. So thank you for listening. And Zebras, I will talk to you next time. Peace out.
This is Rob Z Radio.
That's brutal.